lot of respect and admiration for West Virginia and Coach Carey and his staff. They have a heck of a team, and they made enough plays at the end to win. It was a heck of a game. I'm certainly proud of our effort at times. But if you're going to beat a top 20 team like they are and a veteran team like that, we just made too many mistakes and do too many. We do some really undisciplined things. And look, I mean, let me say this, whatever we are and aren't, it's a reflection of me. And our lack of discipline in especially defensively, keeping the ball in front, and our inability to guard off the bounce, and some of the things that we do is you're either coaching it or allowing it. And, I'm disappointed. As good as we played at times, I mean, we had a layup there to cut it to 2 with a minute to go, and we don't make that. But we're way too to beat a team like that. You can't miss 8 free throws at home, and again, just we don't. We had some lapses of knowing plays, knowing out of bounds plays at some real critical times. But again, that all falls on me. So anything that we're not or we're lacking is a reflection of me as a head coach, and I've just got to do better. Again, I was proud of our effort at times, and disappointed at other times. Loose balls on the ground, we don't get on the ground after them. That team plays really hard. They get every loose ball, they step through you and they get a layup out of it. They make plays, and we lost their best player at a real crucial time and gave up on a wide open 3. And we let another kid go for 30 that ended averaging, 15, and all of them are layups. And so it's just really, it's disappointing, but at the same time, I'm proud of our effort. We played pretty hard, and, for us to score, 75 points, if you'd have told me that before the game, I'd have said, hey, we're going to win, because I thought we'd be better defensively, but we just weren't defensively. We just couldn't get we got 2 critical stops there, and we had a shot clock violation, and then we had an out of bounds 5-second count at 2 real critical times. And again, it's just I've got to do better. At the end of the day, it all falls on me.
We'll turn it over to questions. Go ahead, Danny.
Vic, down the stretch, the 5-second call, Audrey missing that layup. Were you surprised by just the lack of being able to execute those plays down the stretch?
Yeah, I mean, that out of bounds play, we've gone through that. We've scored on it several times, and I thought the kid was open on the backside, but you got to get that ball in. And then obviously you don't expect Audrey to miss that layup. So, but here's the thing: we should be getting into defense, which is our press. And Danny, I don't think we had one player across half court with her. So if she goes down and misses, there should be somebody running with her to clean up her miss if she misses it. And we didn't. So again, that's it's part of my disappointment and frustration.
And then in the first half, you kept Audrey in, even though she's picking up fouls. Was that just because you just didn't like the way your other defensive options, and you just kind of had to ride her until you couldn't anymore?
Yeah.
Go ahead, John High.
Coach, I know you're disappointed and frustrated, but you said you're proud of their effort. Just watching the girls play, I mean, it seems like they were playing with a lot of passion out there. I mean, Charlie was fired up. Is that something to be proud of as well as you move forward?
Yeah, I mean, again, we played really hard at times. I'm frustrated and disappointed in the mental mistakes that we make. Some of the eye plays that we try to make, that's what I call them. Just not being fundamentally sound. I mean, if somebody's faster and quicker than you off the bounce, then keep them in front. You know, that's not playing hard to foul, and it's not playing hard to let somebody drive by you and have a layup. And, you know, we should be smarter than that. We should understand, hey, let's keep the ball in front of us. Let's make them make 15, 17, 18-foot jump shots, contested, you know. And I think that's where I'm more disappointed than anything. You know, we did a good job on Kaiser, but we let Dean go for 12 for 19, and 9 of them are layups.
You said it's on you, but do you want your girls to take some accountability as well? And are they taking some accountability?
Well, we're still making some of the same mistakes today, John, that we've made a month ago, 2 months ago. And I'm talking about the undisciplined things now. We're you know, you're going to make mistakes when you're, you know, when you don't have a lot of experience and you're in these kind of games playing against people that are maybe better than you. But, you know, I'm more upset with the lack of discipline of this team. And again, that's a direct reflection of the head coach. Doesn't go any further than right here. But the undisciplined things that we do is really, it's disappointing and frustrating. I mean, it doesn't take a 22-year-old to be disciplined. You know, you can be disciplined at 18 and 19. And, but again, I've got to do better. I've got to coach better and teach better. And again, the fundamental things, like I said, a loose ball on the ground, we don't get on the ground. They lean over, pick it up, and split us for a layup. I mean, and you got to play with a little more heart and commitment than that for me. And it's just, you know, those things add up. At the end of the game, it's a one possession game, and it shouldn't be. Maybe we should be up 4 or 6, you know, making free throws. You know, that's just toughness. And so, you know, we can all sit here and be, oh man, we did this, we did that, and, you know, be all happy for the participation trophy, but I ain't in it for that. And, you know, I'm really, you know, we played good enough to win tonight, but we played bad enough to lose. And that's what it was at the end of me. It was our undisciplined efforts at times that allowed us to get beat.
Back to Danny.
Vic, down this, I guess, since halfway through the third quarter, Charlie didn't get a shot off. Was that West Virginia? Was that just her, just the looks not being for her? Why do you think Charlie was not able to be more involved in the offense in the third and fourth quarters?
Well, I think she had some touches. Again, they were trying to take her away when we did throw it back off of some of those sets. She had some. They recovered quite well to her, and again, we were really trying to attack the rim, get to the free throw line. It was a real physical game at the guard spot, and you know, we had some guards take a lot of shots, and I'll have to go back and look at it, Danny, but you know, I know she had 19 at half, and a lot of those were she was 3 out of 4, I think, from 3, and you know, I'll go back and look at it, but she was allowing Lauren to go, you know, her being at the high allowed Lauren to have some of the looks she had. Lauren goes 6 for 7 because they're out there guarding Charlie. And so it left Lauren one-on-one. So, you know, that's something I'll have to go back and look at for sure.
Go ahead, Tom.
Yes, coach. So even in the loss, the team showed great improvement from the last time y'all faced against West Virginia. What do you think changed this time? And I guess how can y'all improve even further moving on?
Well, I mean, Charlie didn't get in foul trouble. Lauren Ebo being available, Audrey being available. I mean, those 3 change our team tremendously. So, you know, we're a different team with those 3 kids being in the ball game. And so, you know, we'll look at it going forward.
Okay. And it seemed like towards the end of the second half, the offensive pace kind of slowed down a little bit. Like I guess y'all were running the shot clock down pretty low. Was that like game design or?
No, it was, you know, we didn't, our execution wasn't real good. And then we'd have to get in then from there, we'd have to get into our secondary offense. And so, we whether it's, kids playing too many minutes and just not having been able to focus down the stretch or what, I'm not sure, but, that's what happened. We'd be in a set and then they'd take that set away. And now we're in our secondary offense and we had some critical shot clock violations. You're absolutely correct.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jonathan.
Coach, I know, you put it on yourself, as far as, getting the team to make some of the discipline plays that you want them to make. But I have to ask, I know it's a tough question probably for you to answer, but what do you think it's going to take for them to finally get all that stuff down, especially now you guys are in a stretch where you're playing some really good teams?
Yeah. It's experience probably more than anything. It's human nature to do things easy. All you have to do is look at, I saw something the other day on conditioning and how they're saying instead of, having to condition for 30 minutes, you can do something and be done in 8 or 10 minutes and get the same thing out of it. Well, what kind of toughness are you creating there? In my mind, that doesn't create any discipline or toughness. If you can get it done in 8 minutes versus 20 or 25, you're missing the toughness piece of having to do it in my mind. And, for them, it's just going to take experience and understanding and, part of learning and part of understanding and growing is going through some failures. And that's just the way it is. Even your biggest corporations go through failure before they figure it out and then, get to be the big corporation. So these kids are no different. They're just going to have to go through it. And, the thing is that a lot of these kids are having to go from being the support role that, a year ago or maybe not even have played at this level to now they're not in the support role. They're in the go-to role. And so, that's a different thing to wear and a different, different responsibility. And so, it's no fault of theirs. It really isn't. It's not their fault. It's just, it's going to take some experience. We're going to get our head knocked in a little bit but they're going to grow from it and they'll get better. I believe that. You and I both saw tonight, we were better tonight. We played really well at times. We made shots at times. We missed shots at times, but we got out rebounded 10 tonight and I had the big lineup in. That's concerning, but again, West Virginia's really good. They're really good. And, there's a reason why they're in the top 20 and they are tough. They are disciplined and they've got kids that they understand their role and they're good and they're good at all 5 spots. You got to guard them everywhere. And you got to guard them correctly.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
Appreciate y'all. Praise the Lord and Hook 'em.